What is up, everybody? It's Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with the 2018 NFL Week 11 game picks with Dallas Stewart joining me again on the other line, and we got a crap ton of those picks wrong last week, man. Oh yeah, right, Dallas? We got a crap ton of picks wrong.
Wasn't as good as the couple weeks before that.
All right. So I've been saying if this is a 50-50 game. First up is our game, obviously. We got the Green Bay Packers coming to Seattle to take on our Seahawks, and both of our teams have not really both teams. Our Seahawks. We're obviously sub 500. The Packers are coming off of a win against the Dolphins, not having a good year too. And man, like I said, this game is 50-50. But if we lose to the Packers, then season's basically over. If we go 0-4 in the month of November. If we lose this game, we'll be 4-6. But Green Bay's not having too good of a year either. And plus, I'll tell you what though, positive from our game last week against the Rams. Like I said, our running game still continued to show flashes for the future. Rashad Penny finally broke out too. And just as long as we don't make that same mistake to try to surprise the team with an onside kick, but if we can just play good defense, if we can pressure Aaron Rodgers, and if we can sack Aaron Rodgers, shut down that running game and man coverage and shut down the receivers, then maybe we got a chance. But if we're able to utilize the run game, keep Aaron Rodgers off the field for a while, we gotta be able to keep Rodgers off the field is another key thing too, because we know how dangerous Aaron Rodgers is as a quarterback.
Yeah, we do.
And plus, the only difference is this time they're not in Lambeau Field. They're coming to Seattle this time.
Yeah, we had to go there 3 straight years.
Yeah, now they're finally back here for the first time since they choked in the NFC Championship game against us, which I happened to be at that game too, which obviously led to when we got to go to the Super Bowl 49. But yeah. But if we can pull this off, this could possibly still help save our season a bit. Not that I'm guaranteeing us to going to Carolina and pulling upset, which Carolina got pistol whipped by Pittsburgh on Thursday night last week. But since we're at home, like I said, 50-50 game. I'm just hoping for the best, but I'm going to pick our Seahawks beating Green Bay at home because I want to put Green Bay on a drought here, just like our drought in Lambeau Field every time we've gone there. I want to put Green Bay on a drought in CenturyLink Field. I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yeah, I'll have to go with the Seahawks as well. Both teams are in a desperate situation.
But we only won one home game though too. That's another thing. So if we can get back on a home win streak, that would help us.
But we are at home, and the Packers had to travel halfway across the country on a short week. And like you said, just get after Aaron Rodgers and stop the running game, hopefully.
Jamal
and guard those receivers.
Yeah, Devontae Adams and freaking what's his name? There's new rookie guy. Forgot what his name is. It's a double name like Rogers Cromartie, but some other guy.
St. Brown.
I forgot what. I don't think it's St. Brown. But plus we gotta look out for Green Bay's secondary with Josh Jackson too, and then of course Jaire Alexander.
Yeah, but I think the Seahawks are. I'm gonna pick Seattle.
But yeah, can we shut down Jimmy Graham is another thing. Jimmy Graham's making his return to take on his old team.
I forgot about that.
Jimmy Graham returns.
Again, like you said, it's a 50-50 game. We really don't know what Seahawks team we're gonna get.
Yeah, and we don't know what
Packer team we're gonna get.
Yeah. All right, up next. Sunday slate of games, we got the Dallas Cowboys traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Dallas coming off of that Sunday night win against the Philadelphia Eagles where Amari Cooper was running wild on him and Dak Prescott was hitting Amari Cooper. I heard that Amari Cooper had a good game with Dallas, and Dallas was just putting it to Philly. Philly almost tried to make a comeback, but obviously they fell short. This one's in Atlanta. Atlanta's got that high-flying offense. Atlanta lost to the Cleveland Browns last week. That was unbelievable that the Browns beat the Falcons last week. This one is kind of, I don't know. Is Atlanta in pace for disappointment. I don't know. I think they can bounce back against Dallas. I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm going to take Atlanta.
I'm taking it. We're both okay. So we're both taking Atlanta.
They were embarrassed last week, and
Yeah.
I think Cowboys are going to have a little bit of a letdown game after that big win in Philly.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. 1 p.m. game. Last time these two teams met, Cincinnati took a giant deucer on Baltimore, and I think Cincinnati going into Baltimore. Obviously, they got the better offense and kind of the better defense. I'm gonna take the Bengals getting the sweep.
Yeah, I'll have to probably take the Bengals in this one after that humiliating defeat at home last week against the Saints. I like them to get back on track. And the Ravens they're a struggling team right now.
They are. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take Cincinnati on the road.
All right. Up next, we got the Minnesota Vikings going to Soldier Field to take on Chicago Bears. Obviously, Minnesota's playing good, but we need Minnesota to start losing some games. Chicago's still rolling. Obviously, they're gonna unleash Khalil Mack on Kirk Cousins too, and then Minnesota still got that good defense too. Is this our first toss-up game?
I'll probably have to take Chicago because it's in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bears too because Minnesota, Minnesota is looking so right now, and the Bears are leading the NFC North. I think the Bears could be I think the Bears are looking like the team to win the NFC North. I'm gonna take the Chicago Bears beating the Minnesota Vikings, but I wouldn't be surprised if Minnesota ends up winning this game though because of how good their defense has played though. Did they play last week? Oh, wait,
Minnesota was on a bye.
Yeah, Minnesota was on a bye coming off of what were they?
Who did Chicago play last week?
Chicago last week?
Were they on a bye also?
No, Chicago played against hold on, give me a second. Week 10. Oh yeah, Chicago beat Detroit.
Oh yeah, at Soldier Field. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Chicago.
All right, up next we got the Carolina Panthers at the Detroit Lions. Carolina obviously coming off of getting spanked by Pittsburgh, and Detroit coming off of getting whipped by Chicago. Games in Detroit though, but I got Carolina Panthers bouncing back.
Yeah, I got Carolina bouncing back as well. I think Detroit's that team we saw that got blown out by the Jets on that opening Monday night. I don't know how they beat New England and Green Bay at home this year. I really don't.
And of course, they're the team that lost to us too. So
I know Carolina has struggled on the road this year, but they're gonna get the win here.
All right,
they're better.
All right. Up next, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, the Colts coming off of that surprising win against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Tennessee upset the Patriots at home. In Tennessee, surprisingly, which they forced the Patriots to bench Brady because obviously they want to keep Brady healthy for the remainder of the season. And I was shocked about that one because I had Tennessee losing majorly, and who knew Tennessee would pull off what they pulled last week. But I got their momentum continuing. I'm taking the Tennessee Titans over the Colts.
Yeah, I like the Titans in this one as well. They look like they possibly could win the AFC South, maybe Houston, but I'm gonna have to go with the Titans to keep their winning streak going.
All right. Up next, we got the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles going down to the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints. Philadelphia coming off that big disappointing loss to the Dallas Cowboys last week at home in Philly. New Orleans is coming off of that big whooping they put on the Cincinnati Bengals last week in Cincinnati. This one's too obvious though, because I remember I said I got New Orleans being the NFC representative in the Super Bowl. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints in another winning big this weekend again. I'm taking the New Orleans Saints in another EDP 445 rant.
Yeah, I'm taking the Saints as well. Really, like we said before, they haven't looked back since that Week 1 loss at home to Tampa Bay. The Eagles, I think they're suffering from a Super Bowl hangover.
Yes, they are indeed. All right. Up next, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New York Giants. Tampa Bay coming off of Giants coming off of a big Monday night win against the San Francisco 49ers, where Eli Manning pulled a fourth quarter comeback drive, hitting Sterling Shepard for the game winner. Tampa Bay coming off of losing last week to the. Hold on, sorry about that. I got the thing last week to see what. Oh yeah, Did Tampa win last week against Washington?
They lost.
Oh yeah, just trying to. I was thinking either did they win or lose because I didn't really pay attention because I was paying attention to our game last week. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting the win at MetLife Stadium this week.
Yeah, I'm taking Tampa Bay. I know they've struggled since a 2-0 start, but they're a better team than the Giants.
For sure.
I'm taking Tampa Bay on the road.
All right, up next we got the Houston Texans at the Washington Redskins. Obviously, the Washington beat Tampa last week, and Houston was on a bye week last week, so coming off of that big win against the Denver Broncos. But Houston is rolling. Washington is on pace to win the NFC East, and can Houston keep it going? I mean, Deshaun Watson is still on fire, and Alex Smith, how much does he still got left? I mean, obviously, can Adrian Peterson run over that Houston defense? This one's is this another toss-up one?
I like Houston on the road.
Yeah.
Or is it in Houston?
The game's at Washington.
I like Houston. They're rolling right now, and they lead the AFC South.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm completely sold on
Alex Smith.
Washington yet, even though they probably still might win the NFC East. But I like Houston as maybe also a team that could make a little bit of a Super Bowl run in the AFC.
Yeah, but remember, Kansas City is still looking like the team to be.
In the AFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Houston Texans as well. Up next, we got two dumpster fires meeting in the desert. We got the Oakland Raiders at the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals, obviously, their only two wins of the season that come against the San Francisco 49ers. Oakland's only wins come against Cleveland. And you and me saw that one on... Oh, wait, me and Adam saw that one on Red Zone. But this is this is going to be a pretty interesting one. But I think for this one, I think Arizona's got the edge on this one because they got kind of that better defense. They still got Larry Fitzgerald. And obviously they got... That rookie Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is looking pretty good. Is having a pretty good rookie season for the Arizona Cardinals, along with Josh Rosen. I mean, obviously Josh Rosen isn't. I mean, obviously Arizona's having a bad year, but Josh Rosen and Christian Kirk connection is they got their chemistry going down there. But I'm gonna take the Arizona Cardinals beating the Raiders in a close battle in the desert, unless Arizona can just really roll them.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals as well. I mean, obviously they're both terrible, but the last game, the Raiders have just looked like they have just completely quit on the season. Yeah. So I'm taking the Cardinals.
All right, up next we got the Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers are finally getting Joey Bosa back, and Denver's coming off of a bye week after they lost to the Houston Texans at home in Denver. I think Phillip Rivers is looking really good right now this year with the weapons he has, and Melvin Gordon's having a great year at running back and receiving game. Their Chargers have one of the best receiving corps in the league with Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Tyrone Williams and Kelvin Benjamin, and then their secondary is looking good with Derwin James and Desmond Kane. I'm going to take the Los Angeles Chargers at home against Denver because I don't think the Chargers are slowing down anytime soon. They could end up being a wild card team in the AFC side of the playoffs. I'm going with the Los Angeles Chargers at home.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well. They're rolling right now. What have they won? 6 in a row? Something
yeah.
Like that?
Well, obviously they usually, from the way it's looking with playing in the StubHub Center, it's basically it's like they're an away team for every game, but still the Chargers are on fire right now.
Yeah, and if they're probably going to be a wild card team in the AFC, and I think they have a chance to get to the AFC Championship game this year. I think Philip Rivers has one more run left in him.
Rivers, I like Rivers this year too. He has been playing some pretty good
And we saw
good football.
The Seahawks saw firsthand what that defense is all about.
Yeah, but remember that's because Fluker left the game with an injury too, and then we lost Chris Carson, and that's where we lost our running attack and our aggressiveness. But yeah, I guess you and me got the Chargers in this one for this one. All right, you ready to move on to the next one? All right, up next we got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday Night Football. Pittsburgh rolled the Carolina Panthers. Did they switch that game?
I thought the Sunday night game was Minnesota and Chicago.
Is it? Did they switch that game? I don't know. Somebody in the comments mentioned if they swapped the game. I don't know, but we got the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know if that game got swapped though with Minnesota Chicago, but Pittsburgh is rolling. Roethlisberger and Juju Smith-Schuster and Antonio Brown looking good. Le'Veon Bell is going to be out for the year because of this holdout and whatnot to agree. He probably will not be with the Steelers again after this year. Jacksonville, disappointing loss, disappointing season. They're on that AFC Championship game hangover this season. Hate to say it for those people in Duval, but I'm going with the Pittsburgh Steelers continuing the roll. I got the Steelers winning this one.
Yeah, I got the Steelers as well. I just looked it up. We just did the Chicago Minnesota game first, but that is still the Sunday night game.
So Chicago Minnesota is a Sunday night.
Yeah, but yeah, the Jacksonville, them and Green Bay and Philadelphia might be the three biggest disappointments in the league this year.
No doubt about it. All right, and then last but not least, up next we got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Rams. Mexico City's Estadio Azteca Field was nowhere near ready, so the game is moved to LA. So no Mexico City game this year. So Mexico City, if you hear this on this video, work on your damn field and keep it in good freaking shape for these NFL players if you want the NFL to ever play a game in your stadium again. Because what you done with the field, you did a pretty crappy job handling your field, and now nobody wanted to play on it because they didn't want to chance injuries. Take better care of your freaking legendary Estadio Azteca Stadium field, man, because if the Seahawks are going to get that game next year, I want to be able to come down to it to watch the Seahawks play a game there. And the rumor is the Seahawks are going to be playing the Rams there next year, maybe, depending on how they want to go about it. But take better care of your freaking field, Mexico City. But yeah, Kansas City, LA Rams, games in Los Angeles at the Coliseum again. Obviously, Rams just beat us, but we had a chance to win that game last week too, but we couldn't complete it to Tyler Lockett at the end. But I'll tell you what though, Kansas City's still rolling, and you and me have been saying this though. We think this is the other team that can beat the Rams. We think Kansas City's still rolling. They're on a hunt to try to get to the Super Bowl this year. They just are going for it. But can their defense and Justin Houston get pressure on Jared Goff and start putting some sacks on him too? You know, Justin Houston's playing lights out. Secondary's kind of some question marks, but if Mahomes keeps rolling the way he is, I think they got a chance to pull it off. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'll probably have to go with Kansas City as well. Just because I believe they can score enough points against the Rams. That Rams secondary, at least their secondary, is suspect for the Rams. But their defensive front is still good.
Yeah, but Kareem Hunt, you think Kareem Hunt ripped some big runs on him?
Yeah, and the Chiefs, looking at their remaining schedule, they could possibly go 15-1.
So you think they're gonna so the road to the Super Bowl on the AFC side is gonna go through Arrowhead Stadium because the Patriots have 3 losses and the Chiefs only have 1 loss, which was 2.
And the Steelers have 2 losses but a tie, but they're 3 ahead of the Steelers in the win column.
Yeah, and plus Kansas City did beat Pittsburgh. Kansas City did beat Pittsburgh though.
Yeah, so I guess that's a tiebreaker they have over Pittsburgh. But yeah, I think the road to the AFC is going to go through Arrowhead this year.
All right, that's it on our game picks. So to recap it off, we got hopefully our Seahawks beating the Packers. We got Atlanta beating Dallas. We got Cincinnati sweeping Baltimore. We got Pittsburgh beating Jacksonville. We got Carolina beating Detroit. We got the Titans over the Colts. We got the Eagles over the Saints. We got the Buccaneers over the Giants. We got the Texans over the Redskins. We got the Cardinals over the Raiders. We got the Chargers over the Broncos. We got the Bears over the Vikings. And we got the Chiefs over the Rams on Monday Night Football. And that's it for your 2018 Week 11 NFL game picks. Thank you, Dallas, for joining me once again. And make sure to hit the subscribe button, and let us know what you think and who you think is going to win some of these games. And until next time, if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Hawks.